2024 alone, over 50,000 IT jobs were cut in India, mostly affecting entry-level programmers and software testers. Indian IT giants like TCS, Infosys, and Wipro reduced their workforce by over 60,000 employees combined. At the same time, MBA placements saw a significant decline, with average salaries dropping at top institutes. If you open Instagram or YouTube right now, you will see people burning their degrees. Headlines screaming that AI is killing careers.
Entry-level white-collar jobs disappearing.
Customer service, sales representatives, market research analysts, data scientists.
And students are wasting lakhs on education that leads nowhere.
So where do we go? We don't even have jobs back at our states. So where do we go back after we have had our PhD degrees?
आज भी उनको जॉब नहीं दी जा रही है, 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 जॉब नहीं दी जा रही है।
तो मेरी 6 साल की बच्ची है, वो भी मुझे ये पूछती है कि पापा नौकरी कब लगेगी, किराए के मकान से कब अपने घर लौटेंगे, कब बाबा के पास जाऊंगी।
But just wait, if everyone stops going to college, does that suddenly guarantee a job? Probably not. So, the solution is not to abandon education completely, because there's another side to the story. India needs to create nearly 7.85 million non-farm jobs annually till 2030. The healthcare sector saw 60% growth in job postings. India now hosts 1,700 global capability centers. The fintech market has crossed $150 billion and continues expanding. All of this requires people who have studied these things. So, the real problem is not that degrees are useless. The real problem is choosing the wrong degree at the wrong time without understanding where demand is actually growing, which sectors are quietly creating opportunities in 2026, and which degrees give you real entry into those spaces. Let's start with something most students hear every day. Tech is saturated, coding jobs are dying, and AI will replace everyone. But if you look closely at hiring reports, the story is not that simple. India alone saw around 2.9 lakh AI-linked job postings in 2025, and hiring in this space is projected to grow another 32% in 2026. That tells us something very important. The tech industry is not disappearing. It is changing the kind of roles it wants. Earlier, companies hired large numbers of entry-level programmers. Now, many organizations are shifting towards people who understand data, automation, and how AI actually improves business processes. Even GCC hiring reports show rising demand for roles related to data engineering, cloud platforms, and AI systems, while skill shortages in AI and data remain above 40% in some areas. This is why degrees connected to computer science, AI, or data science are still emerging pathways, not because they are magical, but because digital systems are becoming the backbone of almost every industry. But expectations need to stay realistic. The biggest mistake students make is assuming that just choosing a tech degree guarantees placement. Entry-level hiring has become more selective, and companies increasingly prefer candidates who have built projects, solved real problems, or understand applied use cases. Even employability reports show that while AI adoption is growing fast, only a portion of graduates are actually ready for these roles because practical exposure is missing. So, think of this cluster less like a safe option and more like an evolving ecosystem. It offers opportunity because industries are becoming data-driven, but it rewards adaptability and real-world application more than just a degree title. Second is applied healthcare and life sciences. Most students think healthcare careers begin and end with MBBS. But if you look at actual hiring trends, the expansion is happening across applied healthcare and life sciences. India's healthcare hiring has grown rapidly in the last few years, with reports showing over 60% growth in healthcare job postings driven by hospital expansion, diagnostics, and digital healthcare services. At the same time, workforce shortages remain visible, especially in nursing, physiotherapy, radiology, and public health roles. This is why degrees connected to allied healthcare and life sciences are slowly becoming relevant in the job market. However, unlike some fields, where you study really matters here because healthcare is highly regulated. Degrees from institutions like AIIMS, Pigma Chandigarh, JIPMER, CMC Vellore, DPGU, and state government medical colleges tend to carry stronger clinical exposure and credibility for nursing, physiotherapy, and public health programs. In life sciences and biotech, institutes such as IISc Bangalore, IITs, NIPER, and strong central universities often provide better research infrastructure and industry connections, which directly affect internships and placements. Private colleges exist, but students need to be cautious because practical training quality can vary widely. This cluster also connects to agriculture science and food technology because food security, nutrition, and sustainable healthcare are becoming linked challenges. India already has over 11,000 biotech startups, showing that life sciences are expanding beyond traditional research roles into industry driven applications. But expectations should stay realistic. Many of these careers grow steadily rather than offering immediate high salaries, and further specialization or postgraduate study is often needed to move into advanced roles. So, instead of seeing healthcare only as a doctor's path, think of it as a wide ecosystem. The opportunity exists because demand for skilled professionals is rising, but success depends heavily on choosing credible institutes, gaining clinical or lab exposure early, and being patient with long-term career growth. Third is core engineering and infrastructure, civil, mechanical, electrical, and automation. For a long time, students believed that core engineering branches like civil, mechanical, or electrical had lost relevance because software jobs were growing faster. But if you look at current investment trends, the picture is changing. India is heavily investing in infrastructure, renewable energy, semiconductor manufacturing, and electric mobility. Reports from government and industry bodies show large capital allocation towards highways, smart cities, railways, and green energy projects, which naturally creates demand for engineers who understand physical systems, not just software. What makes this cluster different today is that traditional engineering is merging with automation and digital tools. Mechanical engineers are working with robotics and smart manufacturing. Electrical engineers are entering EV and power systems, and civil engineers are using digital modeling and sustainable construction methods. Companies are increasingly looking for graduates who combine core fundamentals with skills like simulation software, energy analytics, or industrial automation rather than purely textbook knowledge. Here again, institute choice plays a very practical role. Strong training environments from IITs, NITs, and reputed state engineering colleges often provide better exposure to industry collaborations, labs, and internships. That does not mean other colleges cannot lead to good careers, but students from lesser known institutes usually need to compensate through projects, certifications, or hands on industry experience. At the same time, core engineering growth can feel slower compared to software careers, and some roles involve fieldwork or long project cycles. However, as infrastructure and manufacturing modernize, engineers who understand automation, sustainability, and digital tools are gradually finding new opportunities. Fourth, law, policy, and regulatory. Most students still imagine law as only courtroom practice, but one of the biggest shifts is happening right now in the rise of legal roles inside companies, startups, and policy ecosystems. As India's digital economy expands and new regulations around data privacy, fintech, and environmental compliance become stricter, organizations are increasingly looking for professionals who understand both legal frameworks and business realities. India's legal service market has crossed Rs 60,000 crore and continues to grow steadily as companies face more regulatory pressure and cross-border transactions. This growth is why law is emerging as a relevant pathway, especially when combined with technology or business awareness. Startups and growing companies often need lawyers to structure funding agreements, manage data protection rules, and ensure regulatory compliance before scaling operations. In simple terms, when a startup raises funding, launches a new app, or expands internationally, lawyers help make sure the business stays legally protected and avoids costly risks. So, instead of seeing law as a traditional or slow-moving career, think of it as a bridge between technology, governance, and business growth. The ecosystem is expanding because industries are becoming more complex. But progress in this field depends heavily on specialization, credibility, and consistent experience rather than quick outcomes. Fifth, business analytics, finance, and strategy. Not every fast growing career today is built on writing code or working inside hospitals. Many companies are actually struggling to find people who can interpret numbers, manage risk, and guide decisions when markets become uncertain. Over the last few years, India's fintech ecosystem, consulting sector, and global capability centers have expanded steadily, creating demand for professionals who understand finance, analytics, and business strategy together rather than as separate fields. Reports around GCC hiring trends show rising opportunities in roles connected to financial planning, operations strategy, and business intelligence as multinational companies shift decision-making functions to India. One important shift here is that traditional commerce or management degrees are evolving into more analytical pathways. Employers are no longer looking only for accountants or general managers. They want graduates who understand data dashboards, forecasting models, and how business decisions affect revenue and growth. At the same time, realistic expectations are important. An MBA or finance degree does not automatically lead to consulting or investment banking roles. Competition is intense, and many positions expect strong internships, analytical thinking, and a real world project experience. If you look at these clusters together, the real takeaway is very simple. Don't chase a degree just because it sounds popular. Look where industries are moving and choose the path that genuinely fits your interests and strengths. Once you decide a direction, focus on the right institutes, entrance exams, and practical exposure because how you prepare matters as much as what you choose. And remember, college alone won't make you ready. The earlier you start building relevant skills alongside your degree, the clearer your path will become when real opportunities show up. If you're confused which skills make you placement ready, then click on the video appearing on the left side of your screen and subscribe to the DPGO YouTube channel for more such videos.